This is a 1x1 plate. And this is 12,288 1x1 plates.
Wow.
In this video, I'm going to challenge myself to transform this entire plot of Legoland into a complete Lego city with thriving life. Will this be a success or a failure? Let the challenge begin. So the objective is simple. Take this plot of grass that looks as empty as my chances of getting women and turn it into a legit minifig civilization that has everything a normal city could need. I have no clue how long this is going to take me, but I'm going to try to build as fast as I can. Before we begin making our city, we first need to introduce the civilians that will be living here. After an hour of building, we had close to 100 minifigures. Okay, we got some police officers, including the dude from Lego City Undercover. Great game. Basketball players. This guy's so cool. I can punch him like 100 times and he won't fall over. Let's go! Buckets. We got several random citizens, and to honor Queen Elizabeth, here she is. Rest in peace. She lived a good 96 years. And I can't believe I spent close to $500 on all this. So please like. So we have our citizens, but they're mad at me because I gave them empty land and they're now eating grass. So we need to start building right now. First, I speed ran to Target to buy a Lego set we can use. Alright, looks like our first building is added. Oh wait, I just realized something. We can't use Lego sets because it's too easy and it's also cheating, and cheating is for losers and weenies. For this entire city, I'm gonna be making everything from scratch, so that sounds challenging, but I don't care because it's fire content. First, we need a place for our citizens to live. So how about we make a large condo building with several living spaces? So let's start adding some walls and windows. I want this condo building to have multiple floors, so let's make the first floor a lobby room with a reception desk, lounge area, and a game room with an air hockey table, water dispenser, and popcorn machine. I'm then going to continue building the walls, adding some paintings and an elevator shaft. So that finishes the first floor, but for the second floor, let's start adding condos. This elevator shaft spits you out into this balcony where you can access both of them. But these condos look as boring as an airline flight safety video. So let's sauce it up and add some IKEA furniture. That's more like it. And I feel like 2 condos isn't enough, so let's add 2 more. And to do that, we need to make a 3rd floor. Again, I made more furniture, so let's throw that in. And just like that, our 3rd floor is done. Lastly, let's add a roof, a sidewalk in front of the building, and boom! Our civilians are a lot happier now. And I can't lie, I think this building looks pretty fire. Oh, wait, I didn't mean it in that way. Oh yeah, speaking of dragons, this video is sponsored by Dragon City: The Walking Dead. Dragon City is a free game where you can collect, breed, evolve, and train dragons to battle other dragons. You can become a dragon master and build an empire so big that Hiccup would be jealous. And not only that, but 6 iconic characters from The Walking Dead have been added to the game through 6 new dragons. Each dragon is unique, possessing its own special ability, which makes battling super fun. For example, this is Negan. His primary element is happiness, but he can make opponents weep with his bat. You can get not only him, but Maggie, Rick, and Carol through the offers or the newly added breeding island. You can then master the Michonne quest to get the Michonne dragon. And if you collect all 5 of those dragons, you'll receive the Daryl dragon for free. So if you click the link below or scan this QR code right here, you can collect all the exclusive Walking Dead dragons and get a juicy starter pack with 15,000 food, 30,000 gold, and this zombie nature dragon. Dragon City is the absolute GOAT for sponsoring this video, but our minifigs are starting to get mad at me, so let's go back to building this Lego city. Okay, so we built a home for our citizens, but they're still eating grass, which is a problem. So we need to provide them with a fire fast food chain that serves high quality bussin' food on God. Oh, we can make a Chick-fil-A. Yep, the chicken sandwich franchise. Let's put this right next to the condo building. So first, let's start with the outside. Okay, we got lots of space inside, so let's start adding things. I'll then add a kitchen, drive-through window, order station, a table for customers to eat, and one of those indoor playgrounds I would always go on as a kid while waiting for my food, and that also attract a cesspool of boogers. Now that looks like a Chick-fil-A. We can now add a roof, some plants around the building, and a customer pulling up in a sports car. I then went to a random library in my town to print out the company logo. That's more like it. Now the citizens of our city no longer need to be worrying about eating dirt, but can now eat pure chicken sandwich goodness. The only problem is that some of our citizens are vegan, so in protest they dressed up as vegetables and are now beating up one of the employees. After all that building, I think I'm gonna go get some food. Can I get a #1 combo? Chick-fil-A did not pay me to do this, by the way. So our citizens have a place to live, a place to eat, but they don't have a place to buy shaving cream, bleach, and ninja bullets. That calls us to make a general store where our minifigs can buy basic essentials to make their lives more convenient. I want to make the store happy looking, like you'd want to shop in it and spend money, so let's make it yellow. And here's the store logo. I have no idea what it says, but it looks cool. And to conserve parts, I didn't fully finish the roof, but that gives us space to build the inside. I made 3 racks with different categories of items. The first one has kitchen and household items, the other has toys, games, and hobby related stuff, and the last rack has hygiene items, cleaning supplies, medicine, and other random crap, so let's throw those in. And it looks like our customers are already flooding in to buy stuff. Oh, wait, Darth Vader, you weren't supposed to give us a real one to sell. But anyway, our third building is fully complete, but at this point, it was 3 in the morning, so I was getting tired, and it was time to call it a day. So aside from living in a small condo, eating chicken nuggets, and buying laxatives from a store, the city is as empty as my DMs. Bruh. Let's add some flavor to the lives of our citizens, and make their town less depressing by adding a shopping mall. We can include a ton of stuff in this. Okay, so we got the exterior done. I then went ahead and detailed the front entrance, adding a fountain, a few trees, and a few benches. Let's move inside now. Every mall needs some sort of place to socialize and eat, so here's an ice cream shop where people can get dessert after eating their delicious chicken sandwiches. And I know that hair doesn't grow on minifigs, but let's include a barber shop. Let me see those waves. Hey, I like that cut, G. We still have room for 2 more stores, so let's go ahead and add a Hypebeast shoe store so our minifigs can get super dripped out in some J's, and a basic clothing store with tops and bottoms. At this point, the mall is almost complete, so let's finish it off with the roof. I am running low on parts, so I'm gonna keep it like one of those outdoor mall roofs that have a bunch of windows. This mall fills in a lot of empty space, so I'm really happy about that. This city is starting to feel like a concrete jungle, so time to sprinkle in some life and plants. Next to the mall, I'm gonna add a park with lots of grass and a trail so people can jog or walk their dog. In this corner, I'll put a basketball court. Come on, let's see some buckets. Yes, sir. Let's throw in a bench and a picnic table where people are doing a mukbang video. I'll also include a lady doing yoga and a dude riding a bike. And it looks like quite a bit of things are going on now at the park. After all that building, I really need to touch grass. Okay, bet, let's keep going. You know what I just realized? We've made all these businesses, but where the heck do the minifigs even get the money to spend at these places? So I think the city needs a source of ching-ching. So let's make a bank. I'm gonna build it in front of the condos across the street from the mall. So inside, let's include a bench and a kiosk with bulletproof glass. I also made a safe, so let's fill that up. Now that's some money right there. Let's also fill this crate with gold. Nice. Let's continue building the walls, add a roof, and our bank is complete. Our citizens now have a home, Chick-fil-A, general store, shopping mall, park, and now a source of money. At this point, nothing can go wrong. Oh, bruh. I didn't see that coming. Well, now it looks like our city is getting so big that we're having to deal with crime. So how about we build a police station to deal with all the annoying people robbing this bank? This looks so ugly. Nope. Okay, at this point of building, I was getting really tired and very discouraged, but our city was so close to being done and I could see the light at the end of the tunnel. Okay, now that's looking better. We've got a lot of criminals to deal with, so we need a jail cell. I'll put this in the back of the station and include a few basic things that look very depressing and prison-y, like a toilet that probably hasn't been cleaned since the Vietnam War, a sink, and a few beds. I'm also gonna build a separate room with an office for the cops to work in, and to be super intimidating, here's a helicopter. It also looks cool. And it looks like our police station is complete. So it's time to deploy the chopper and lock up these criminals. Wow, this actually feels like a Lego City commercial. And for our last stretch of speed building, we have 1 spot left in our city to complete. Even with the park, I feel like the city needs one more touch of life, so I say we add a beach. I'm gonna use some tan pieces for the sand, blue plates for the water. Let's add a sandcastle, a lifeguard tower, and a lady laying down on a blanket listening to music. And it looks like that completes our beach, but we're not quite done yet. There's a few more final touches I want to add to the city. First off, I'm gonna add a couple roads using a sideways building technique to fill in the empty spaces. And since we have roads now, I'm gonna add a few more cars, like this delivery truck, this police car, this car that looks like a Subaru, and one of these toy cars you see at almost every daycare center. Driving one of these is a real flex. Every city needs a hero, so how about we add Batman? Now the police officers can enjoy their donuts and have a little less crime to deal with, while Batman can drive around and punch the crap out of criminals. And it looks like that finishes our city. Wow, that That took over 40 hours, and I'm feeling really tired now. Wow, I can go rest now. I think Dwayne Johnson's pretty impressed. How about you, villager? What do you think? But there's a few more things I want to do. First, I want to do one of those cool drone shots that you see people do over cities. Okay, here we go. What's gonna happen? Now let's simulate some natural disasters, starting with an earthquake. I'm scared. That actually is not too bad. Next up, let's simulate a tornado. Pretty much all the roofs came off, which is actually pretty realistic. I'm pretty sure that's actually a common thing in real tornado situations. And lastly, I don't really want to do this, but it's for content, so let's simulate a flood. That honestly did nothing. It literally just got everything wet, so I'm gonna have to leave this outside to dry now for a couple days. Comment below if you would live in this city. If you play one of my videos in school and show proof to me on Instagram, you might be in the next video. Thank you again, Dragon City, for sponsoring this video. Don't forget to click that link below or scan this QR code to download the game and get this juicy starter pack. Thank you all for watching. Don't commit any illegal building techniques.
I done call a whole team when I'm trying to get into the Buddha spit poetry.